This video is sponsored by Squarespace. So now let's get into some of the good and some of the bad. First of all, the 17 to 70 millimeter focal range that this lens has is equivalent to a full frame 24 to 105 lens, which is an amazing range to have, especially at an f2.8 aperture. This lens is as bare bones as they come. There's no switches, no aperture rings, but don't let that fool you, because it fooled me. This lens does have VC, that's vibration control, aka image stabilization, and it has a weather sealing gasket. Yes sir. It will pair up nicely with APSC bodies like the A6400, A6300, A6000 that don't have built-in image stabilization. The lens is about the size of a full frame 35 millimeter 1.4 Sony Zeiss. Yeah, I think it's definitely on the bigger side when paired up with these tiny bodies, but it only weighs 1.2 pounds. Now, everything on paper looks great, but how does it perform? The images looked amazing. Not once did I ever think an image was not sharp, but after doing some test shots here in the lab, I put my nerd glasses on, and at 70 millimeter, the images look a little fuzzy. Just a little bit. At 17 millimeters, they look really good, comparable to the 2470 G Master that I compared it to. At 70 millimeter though, it is fuzzy, and you do see color fringing even in the center on the Sony logo. So that was, okay, I didn't expect perfection here. It's an $800 lens. With that $800, you are getting a good autofocusing lens. I shot at f2.8 the entire time and didn't miss focus once. You do get that f2.8 constant aperture, which there's only one other lens out there that has it, and that is the 16 to 55 Sony 2.8. I did a review of this lens. It is just what you would expect from a $1,300 APS-C zoom lens. Amazing, right? But it does not have image stabilization. And if you have a camera that doesn't have image stabilization, like the Sony A6400, this lens costs more than the body itself. That's gonna give you better, less shaky video, and you're not gonna break the bank, even though $800 is not cheap. I think that this is an important lens for APS-C because I feel like APS-C has been kind of forgotten now. Yes, the lens is not perfect. It doesn't look great at 70 millimeters, but you saw my shots and they speak for themselves. All right, it's about that time. I'm gonna send a shout out to my sponsor, and that is Squarespace, okay? If you are using your Instagram, your Facebook as your website, you're doing it all wrong, okay? Because that can be taken away from you. Every creative, doesn't matter what you do, should have their own website. Why did I choose Squarespace? I have been using them for years. I love the fact that they have 24/7 customer support. It's so easy to use. At a click of a button, you could change up the entire website, your entire look, when you want to. I use Squarespace to host my online store where I sell my retouching tutorials and my Lightroom presets, and my work looks amazing on the website. And if you want to give it a shot for yourself, use the coupon code Manny and you will get 10% off your first purchase.